When it comes to sports in Lorain, your station to watch is TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Good evening and welcome to George Daniel Field. Jay Ferguson along with Tom Bauer. It's LEL football week 1. The Lorain High Titans 3-1 on the year host the Shaw Cardinals 1-3 on the year and 0-1 in LEL play. It's a big night for Lorain, Tom.
It certainly is. And then you mentioned Shaw's 1-3, but they're still a dangerous 1-3 team. And the way you beat a team like this is you get ahead and you play from ahead. I think that's going to be the order of tonight.
2 weeks ago, that's exactly what Lorain did. But last week they were a little bit slow starting against Toledo Rogers. It was still a game at halftime, although we turned it into a rout toward the end. And just a couple of late touchdowns that kept the clock from running the entire fourth quarter. Tonight, Lorain looks to use the same formula they've been using, a very stingy defense, giving up less than a couple touchdowns a game, and effective senior leadership on offense. You know, Sherman Saunders, Eddie Williamson, Rashad Berry, Aaron Neal, the guys that have been getting the job done.
And a big group up front also must be doing their job for those guys to be doing their job.
So not only is it an important night in LEL action with the opener, but also it's homecoming for Lorain. And after a short break, we'll be back with tonight's homecoming festivities.
We're going to have big fun.
Hey guys.
The strongest families are built one moment at a time. For more ways to make every day count, visit facebook.com/makeeverydaycount.
Up first, for the freshmen, Celia Francisco, daughter of Avalise Ortiz and Miguel Francisco, being escorted by the male representative, Michael Harrell, son of Maribel Dominguez and Michael Harrell Sr. For the sophomores, the attendants are Jem Garcia, daughter of Robert and Janet Garcia, and Bobby Smith, son of Shamika Davila. For the juniors, the attendants are Stephanie Reese, daughter of Brandy Atkinson and Stephen Reese, and DeAndre Lusain, son of Tyra Flowers. And now for the senior class attendants. First off, we have Michelle Torres, who is the daughter of Maritza Torres, and Orlando Borges, who is the son of Monica and Kevin Borges. Next up, we have Jet Garcia, who is the daughter of Robert and Janet Garcia, is being escorted by Rodolfo Perez, the son of Juanita and Ruben Perez. And finally, for the senior group, we have Alyssa Pierce, who is the daughter of Shannon Brown and George Pierce, and Rayshawn Smith, who is the son of Nanya Smith and Jason Jordan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will announce the king and queen of the 2014 homecoming, as voted by the students of Lorain High School. Your queen, Alyssa Pierce. Your king, Orlando Borges. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for the 2014 Lorain High School Homecoming Court.
I believe that home is where your pet is.
And that loving an animal means never giving up on them, never letting them go.
I believe that when you spay or neuter your pets, you help decrease the number of homeless animals.
Because every dog and cat deserves a place to call home.
I believe that I found my best friend at a shelter. And you can too.
We believe that together with Best Friends Animal Society,
we can bring about a time when there are no more homeless pets.
Visit ambassadors.bestfriends.org.
All set to get underway here. The Shaw will be kicking from the south end of the field. Number 77, Adam Scott. Big fella with the ball on the tee. Deep for Lorain. Number 11, Perry Mincy. Number 4 is down Travis Hawthorne. Beautiful night for football and homecoming. Short kick. Aaron Neal lets it bounce back to Hawthorne at the 20. 25, cuts it up. 30 and 30. Well, that's Mincy. And that's the 31-yard line. They switched sides on me.
Once he made that bend, there was nowhere to go. All his blockers stayed left where the ball was. He tried to go across the field and just couldn't make it.
Well, it wasn't a typical Perry Mincy return. Usually he just catches it and goes.
Right up the middle.
I wonder if that's Mincy's kid, the kid I had.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, Eddie Williamson is the quarterback. Fully loaded backfield. Sherman Saunders to the near side. Carlos Chavis to the right. Twin receivers, Barry in the front of that. Saunders, nowhere to go. And, you know, the strength of this Shaw defense, Tom, is that they're just going to put a lot of people in the box and dare, try to out-athlete you.
They always do that. We had a name for that way back in the day. We called it that inner city six, and they just put more people than you can block usually.
Williamson again. Option play. Chavis. 30, 40, 40, 45, 48. First down, Titans. And that's one of the ways you beat it, is you give it to Sherman Saunders on first down, and then you fake it to him on second down, and when the defensive end tackles him, you're outside. 1st and 10, Titans at the 48.
Who's the kid who carried it?
That's right.
Okay.
Williamson again.
28 yards.
Neal and Barry to the near side. Straight ahead, Saunders, a couple, out over the 50, finishes the run. Give him the 49 of Shaw for 3.
3.
Second and 7 for Lorain. 2 receivers far side now.
Who's the first carrier, 33 or 1?
1, I think.
Saunders had it, dropped it, had a good gain, good hole, and lost the ball, and I think it might have bounced. Let's see.
He was the first one down there on it.
There were 2 on the ground, but they didn't see the ball.
But there were 3 white shirts, so sometimes there's some going on in bottom of that pile.
Well, move the ball, give him 5 yards on the fumble forward. He had a lot more than that if he'd have held it, though.
Yeah.
3rd and 2. Same formation. Aaron Neal all alone near side. Williamson, student body right, cuts it up, first down, and
picked up 4.
Down to the 46, or 41 rather, we'll call it, and that'll move the sticks for certain. So Eddie Williamson with his first carry of the game.
So he's got 1, he's got 8, he's got 18.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Titans at the 41. Williamson going to throw it out to Rashad Berry one-on-one. Stiff arms a man, gets down to the 35 for a gain of 6.
+6.
Talking to Rashad today a little bit, and we were talking about college and some of his numbers. 6'5", 245, 4.40. Those are big-time numbers if you're not certain of that. 2 to the right.
You keep it running total.
2 to the right. Williamson. Long count, Chavis. Williamson pulls it out, fakes it, tucks it down inside the 30, move the sticks again. Well done by Eddie Williamson with the ball handling. He rode Chavis right into the line and pulled it away.
I think that was Chavis was keeping a nice option.
Okay,
I think he rode Sherman there.
Straight ahead. Now that's Chavis.
And it was it's going to be an option. The way he kept that nice
distance,
spacing in there, it was perfect.
Down to the 25 now on the dive. This is a little bit of a look that Lorain hasn't shown much of. Student body right. Williamson keeping it. Saunders with a good block out of bounds near the 20.
I don't know, close to the first down or?
Going to be, got to get to the 19, so they're going to be a couple of yards short. But what they're doing is just a great job of staying on schedule.
Yeah. And hurry up.
Yes.
This is a little. I know they run a fast offense, but this is even faster than before. I think Shaw's called timeout.
Shaw wants timeout.
Yeah.
If you look over at the Shaw sideline, they don't have the numbers that Lorain does, and they've got a lot of underclassmen that are dressed. So I'm sure that they're not even as deep as they might appear.
No, I'm sure.
Well, we have the break, Tom. Let me take a minute to, first off, to congratulate all the students who were part of the homecoming court, and especially to the 2014-15 homecoming queen, Alyssa Pierce, and King Orlando Borges. Congratulations to both of you and to the entire class of 2015. Situation, 3rd and 2 at the 21-yard line. Lorain's had the ball since the opening kick, 9:14 to go, first quarter. This is really the first stoppage of play. Lorain has come up to the line and been ready to go. 3rd and 2, the Shaw defense wanted to rest a minute, and coaches used the timeout, probably wisely. So Williamson again, Saunders near side, Chavis to the left. Straight ahead, Sherman Saunders.
Nice
big hole. 15 finishes that run down inside the 15 at the 14. Will move the sticks. And that time Sherman did a nice job putting the ball away.
But just see the size of the hole. That was a truck size going through that hole.
Pulling guard there on the trap was 54 Chris Mayer. He didn't have anybody to block. That's how big the hole was. Shaw guessed wrong with the blitz. Yeah, Lorain twitched on the left side.
Yeah, puts them back 5 more.
And this is just what we said they hadn't been doing. Now the first time they're off schedule. Meaning they're not fitting into that 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
And we mentioned last game, this is something they have to work on correcting once they get into league play here. Minimize the number of those kind of cheap penalties.
And especially in the red zone. They haven't scored on half the opportunities that they've had, it seemed. Shaw moved again. Straight back, Williamson pulls it down, now cuts it up. 15 back to the original line of scrimmage, so he got 5.
Yeah.
And that was just a quick, looking for Aaron Neal on a quick one, didn't have him, brought it down. He looked to the short side where there was only one receiver.
Yeah. See, a lot of times in a play like that, you'll see Rashad dragging across the middle to be a secondary. But I think on that play, Rashad ran an out. You can't throw it all the way across the field like that's too dangerous.
Chavis hit as he hit the line of scrimmage, but finished it off down near the 11. But it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Yep, picked up 4 in the play. And now they're 3rd and long, so now you got to, this is one of these sides. You're in 4-down territories. They got 2 plays to get the 7 yards, but they get it all in one time or not. They're going for the pass.
Berry on the out. There it is, to the house. Rashad Berry, 11 yards from Eddie Williamson, and Lorain breaks on top. So with 7:43 in the first quarter, it is number 6, Rashad Berry, 11-yard pass from Eddie Williamson. And the Titans are going to keep their newfound kicking game under wrap. Williamson is going to line up in the try for 2. Chavis is going to be next to him. 3 receivers to the near side as they split Saunders out. There's the pass on the slant behind the receiver, incomplete.
Yeah.
Good look. I think that was 11, Mincy.
That's right. It was Mincy. What they did is they put everyone on the right to isolate Mincy by himself. I think the pass was just a little bit behind him.
But an impressive opening drive from the Titans.
65 yards. 65
yards, 4 minutes and 30 or 17 seconds, and they break on top 6-0.
We're seeing a replay of Barry's touchdown here.
I think they scored. That's the play they scored on with no time in the half against
Rogers, was it?
I think it was Scott.
Scott.
I put the extra point in. Pass.
Oh, I did like this.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, they're just talking. I was looking. The officials with the ball walked up toward the 50, but not a penalty, just a conversation. Sherman Saunders is the primary kicker for Lorain on kickoffs, and
have I said this before? You don't know where the ball's going, so we don't know where it's going. The white shirts down there don't know where it's going, so now how do you play it?
I don't think Sherm knows where it's going half the time. We've been teasing him a little bit about that.
Your leading rusher was the quarterback.
He's got an onside kick to his credit, a couple of pop-ups and a line drive. That's the line drive. Right, he bounces.
He'll go right past him.
Inside the 10 at the 5, picked up. Brought back to the 15, and it's covered there. Brandon Harris, number 1, had the ball, but when he misplayed it, it gave the Titans coverage team a great chance to pin him deep, and that they did. So Shaw will take over with the long field, 85 yards away from tie game at the 15.
How long are the quarters?
Well,
okay, Shaw comes out of the huddle. We haven't seen a huddle.
And you probably won't with these two teams.
Devontae's Dunn is the quarterback. Javon Bryant, 5, is next to him. Twins to each side. Here comes motion, jet sweep. Number 1, Brandon Harris. And there's your defensive end. There's your Division I. Rashad Berry. What do I do? 3 yards in and stop ball from getting outside?
Yeah, that's his assignment, and that's what he does well.
Loss is going to be 7. 2nd and 17. And, that was a little bit of a statement try by Shaw, and statement made by Lorain right there is Rashad turned it in. He's on the near side defensive end. 15, Naz Bohannon to the other side. The nose man is 13, Kenneth Washington. Twins to each side for Shaw now. Straight ahead on the quarterback keep. Out to the original line of scrimmage.
I think the tackle's Neal.
Aaron Neal on the tackle, number 3. That's Dunn, the quarterback, straight ahead.
Shoestring on there. I thought maybe they were going to try that jet to the other side, and they're going to find the Bohannon's on the other side, and he may be heir apparent to that end position.
They big hole right there. Good tackle by Aaron Neal. He's at the safety. 10, Kevin Davis is the near side corner. Far side, Perry Mincy, 11. Sam McGuigan, 21. Aaron Neal, the safeties. 7, Sterling Jeffries is inside. Whistle, delay a game.
I'm sure it was. It came from the guy with the clock, so it had to be a delay.
Yep. I mean, he can only basically call delay a game and too many men on the field. Aaron McDowell is the other inside backer for Lorain. Rob Orsler, number 2, is out there on the far side as the 3rd linebacker. So the loss takes it back to the 10, 3rd and 15. Lorain's defense looking to throw it back to the offense here with a 3-and-out. Pass, slant, knocked down by 1. He had a man. McDowell got in the passing lane a little bit, though. And the pass intended for 7, Andrew Weingartner, was incomplete. And the punt team comes on for Shaw, and that means it's Perry Mincy time.
But in that last formation, I think 8 for the Christian Pitts may be their best receiver, and they had him isolated. So I'm going to think they're going to be coming back to that next time they go trips one side or the other.
Deshaun Young, number 10, 5 yards deep in the end zone, calls for the snap. It takes a while to get there. He gets the kick away. It's a high one. Mincy at the 35.
I tell you what, it was a dangerous catch, but that's saved. It probably saved
20 yards. I'm going to say, because he got hit. Caught it at the 35. Only made 5 on the return, but the ball not hitting the ground didn't give it a chance to bounce 15. So Shaw had the ball for 1:42, and the Titans take over at the 30 of the Cardinals, already ahead 6-0.
See, rushing that last drive, the rushing was split up. Saunders had 25 yards and Chavis had 24, so they're balancing out their attack.
Sherm Saunders on the straight ahead belly play, 30-20. First down, Lorain inside the 20. We're going to spot him right at the 20, but that'll still be enough to move the sticks.
Wow. Typical Saunders run. He finished going backwards, driving the legs, and picking up the extra 3 or 4 yards and the first down.
Aaron Neal, Bakari Sims to the near side. Williamson, Chavis, and Saunders behind center. Eddie straight ahead, same play. Keeps it inside this time for about 4 or 5. That was something Sherm might not have done in the past, is he just kept the ball and said, I'll get 5 instead of trying to pop it to the outside.
And actually he got 7, so okay. I mean, that was a great run. But if people watch this and they wondered why it took so long, I think Eddie was
zone reading.
He seen the blitz coming on the other side. That's why he called right.
And again, Saunders just rides it on down to the 11. So it's going to be 3rd down and call it 1. Call it maybe 2 the way they spotted the ball, and it'll be 3rd and 2 at the 12. The slants there.
Here comes the big. Here comes the blitz.
Williamson pitch.
Nice option.
First down and more down to the 5. Carlos Chavis.
I mentioned earlier they were keeping that nice distance in there, and you know the option was going to be coming.
Well done by the Titans, and the sticks move again. Second first down on this drive. Williamson, Saunders, give. Sherm down to the 3. 2nd and goal from there. Just wanting to keep the tempo up.
And that's what they're doing. They're being relentless in this drive and drive and drive.
Discipline and concentration.
Yeah, exactly.
Eddie Williamson, near side. He's going to keep it, wants to keep it, cuts it up to the house. Eddie Williamson, 3 yards for a Lorain score. With 4:18 to go in the first quarter. So we played 7 minutes and 42 seconds. Lorain's had the ball for all but a minute and 20 seconds, or something like that, and 2 touchdowns.
So now I think they're going to go for the 2 again just to get back the
on
one they
schedule.
didn't make and try to get it back up to 14.
Well, I haven't seen a kicker loosening up on the sidelines for him.
I did talk to the kicker on the bench. Yeah, he's ready.
Williamson with Chavis and Saunders between to either side. He wants Barry. Now he goes deep to Aaron Neal to the outside. That was the kind of the post corner, I guess, Lorain's version of it. And just
but he was well covered.
No separation.
To give Eddie a little bit of relief there, he was well covered. He just had to get rid of the ball.
So the weakness appears to be extra points.
28, 35, and 30.
But 4:18 to go, first quarter. The Titans on top of the Cardinals, 12-0. And a very nice homecoming start for Lorain.
And like we said, they were balanced out. Their 3 main runners, obviously, are Williamson and Saunders and Chavis. 28 yards, 35 yards, 31 yards. And that's as balanced as you can get with 2 passes. 2 passes.
That's right. They ran the swing pass to Barry and then the touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Used to say you got to let the big dog eat every once in a while. And that's for Sean Barry. He's the big dog.
It's only incompletions are extra points.
Yeah. Again, Sherman Saunders will tee it up.
Why would you pick it?
4:18 to go, first quarter. Last one was a driving line drive that bounced down inside the 10. This one, again, down low, bounces high, taken at the 23, brought ahead 30, 35, head down to the 38-yard line.
Well,
okay, a little bit better field position for Shaw that time.
Well, they probably picked up 25 yards from the last time they started there.
Let's credit Aaron McDowell, number 20, with that tackle on special teams. And Shaw will take over for the second time. 1st and 10 at their own 38.
And now they're balanced up. They didn't go to the trips this time. They got doubles on both sides.
Dunn is the quarterback. Bryant next to him. Here comes the fake jet sweep. Quarterback straight ahead. Gain of, give him a yard into the middle. Washington was there along with Orsler.
Here's a case where if you look at it, said, boy, he ran for 4 or 5 yards, but that was just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Second and, well, we'll call it 8 on the spot. Clock ticking under 3:50. Again, twins to both sides. Dunn and Bryant. Dunn wants to throw, heaves it outside. Hand fighting, incomplete, waved off. That was coverage by...
Is that Mincy?
No, that's 10, Kevin Davis.
Okay.
KD had a good look at Christian Pitts right there.
So I mentioned, I think I talked to the coach earlier, and that may be their best receiver. So he has his hands cut out for him.
Well, you can see he's giving away a few inches right there.
More than a few.
And he's got to get his head around when the quarterback lets the ball go.
NFL, wouldn't that have been a
I think it might have been, yeah.
But he's challenging me.
He's bumping running.
Yeah. Nose to nose.
Again, Dunn on the out. He's got a man. I'm laughing. Andrew Weingartner caught that one. As I was down on the field for the Open watching Shaw warm up, he caught an out pattern against one of the coaches and fell just like that over the line, and the coach started laughing at him down on during the warm-ups. But the gain is out to the 45. Good for Shaw. Bad for Shaw. 4th down, and they'll bring in the punter. Mincy back by himself now as Shaw's got gunners out wide that Lorain needs to cover. Deshaun Young, number 10, 13 yards, high snap, comes down to him, gets it away. Mincy's going to let it hit, which is not like him. And it's going to roll down inside the 15 and stop right there.
He did have Brandon Harris right on his nose the whole way, yeah. You know, and I've been on the sidelines long enough. The coaches down there yelling, get away, get away. Well, they yell, get away on most of them. They want you to catch it, but you're always yelling, get away when you see something like that.
As soon as you're not under it, it's get away. And, you know, the excitement of the last return where he caught it surrounded.
Mm-hmm.
So the Titans with the long field now, 85 yards away on their 15. 2:44 to go. It's Lorain's 3rd possession of the quarter. Williamson, Saunders nowhere to go. He's going to lose yards. Was the ball on the ground?
I don't think so.
They called him down if it was. Yeah,
I don't think it was.
But that's going to be a loss of a couple. Call it 3.
Yeah, minus 2 or 3.
Subtract 3 there from Sherm's total. 2nd and 13. One of the few plays for Lorain that hasn't gained positive yardage. And it was a slow developer.
Yeah. Well, I think Shaw's maybe thrown another lineman down there, too.
Near side, Williamson rolls. He has Barry. Caught it outside near the 30. 1st down. And a little bit more. Rashad is out of bounds at, let's call it the 30.
If I've seen an improvement in Barry's game from last year, it's his hands and his catching.
Especially when they're away from the body.
Exactly.
He can get his hands out and catch the ball now, and I think that's what Ohio State noticed about him when they were up a couple weeks ago was he might be a little bit better offensively than we think.
Because everyone was talking defensive end last year.
Nice cut there. Chavis straight ahead, 1st down yardage and more. Let's give him 17.
Wow. Quick opener.
Make it 18 out to the 48. 1st and 10, and the Titans are over the ball. Straight ahead, Williamson on it. Was that a sneak? Look at that.
Yards after being
Saunders.
Stopped dead.
Yeah, that's Sherm,
yeah. You keep that legs driving, and that's what gets you those extra 5 yards.
So 2nd and 5. Again, same play. Nope, he kept it, pulled it out. Chavis on the option. Inside the 45 for about 3. Stopped there. Let's call it 44.
So we always used to call that a great fake when you fake out the guy in the press box.
That's right.
If he can't see that you don't have it, That was a great fake.
The dark shirts help from up here, make it hard to see the ball, too. So, third and a couple for Lorain. Eddie Williamson calls out the signals, takes it, gives it to Saunders. Saunders breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to be right on the line short about a half yard, I think. Because he was leg driving and they got him off the ground is what happened. He didn't stop the leg drive, they just lifted.
Yeah. It's hard to get any traction when your feet are off the ground.
Give Saunders one, they need one. Fourth down, they're ready to go. Williamson, whistle. Dead ball. Lorain wasn't set.
Yeah.
According to the...
See, now that puts it at 4th and 6.
4th and 6. McFarland wants to bring Eddie over.
Yeah, they're in 4-down territory wherever they're on the field.
Yeah. And part of this is just a testament to the defense, I think.
Mark off 5. You only marked off.
It's been marked off 3 yards on the penalty, so that helps. Barry now jogs in motion into the slot far side, sets. Williamson rolls that way. He's got on, incidental contact. Rashad went to the ground, tripped over a linebacker. It looked like he and number 40, Deontay Freeman, got tangled on the incompletion. Shaw will take over on downs.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in the stands. You heard the murmur going up thinking that was an interference, but
it's incidental.
See if you see a replay here on it.
Here's the replay. You'll see Barry on the out, just off the screen. You'll see him there. There's the contact.
Feet just got tangled up.
They just got tangled up.
Incidental contact.
So Shaw will scrimmage 1st and 10 from their own 46. Best field position of the night from them. 27 seconds to go. Their third possession of the first quarter. Tight line now. Double straight ahead. They'll try the power game. That's Bryant bounces it to the outside. First down yardage.
Obviously, that's their longest gain. That's their first down.
First down as the quarter winds down. Stopped to move the sticks, but they cross into Lorain territory for the first time at the 42. And you know what? It's experimentation time, and they didn't have success with the double wides and the outside stuff, so they buttoned it down with the tight end.
Well, they were double tight.
Yeah. And they're going to take a break till the end of the quarter. We've played one at the George. Lorain 12, Shaw nothing. Back with second quarter action after this timeout.
We are looking at a pretty lopsided matchup, Jim.
Ron, this newcomer has no idea what he's getting himself into.
Let's go to the action. Jim, the size difference alone is staggering.
Unbelievable, Ron. And this guy acts like he doesn't have a care in the world. What is he thinking?
Every day, people tempt fate and die trespassing on railroad tracks. See tracks, think train.
Little high snap, but
the timing messed up and going to result in a gain of 1 as Dunn did a nice job finishing the run, but he had no chance.
They run 20 offensive running plays.
Yeah.
That's a lot of plays.
He had Lorain had 20 rushing plays and 5 passing plays for 25 plays from scrimmage.
That's a lot of plays.
A lot of plays in one quarter. That's that hurry-up offense.
You can see Shaw now. It feels like the game slows to a crawl as they come out of the huddle. 11:25 to go. Second quarter, 2nd and 9. Dunn looks to throw. Here comes Barry. Hit well, releasing the ball. It sailed high. He had a man out there being covered by Aaron Neal. Intended for 7, Weingarner. And it'll be 3rd and 9. Rashad started with the outside move and then ducked inside and had a straight line to the quarterback that time. And
you think they're only on the 42, so they're in 4-down territory also. So I think they're going to start putting the ball up in the air a little bit more.
Go back to that double tight. Success.
Okay, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. They ran for 11 out of a double tight, and we saw it one more time, I think. That was it. Motion.
Yeah.
Looking long. He's got a man out there. There's the flag. Is contact by
You know, and that might have been less contact than it was over on our side. But I think that official there is getting that. You got to turn.
We also bumped him out of bounds, I think, and that's going to be the penalty, I'm sure.
15 from the 42.
Okay, so the mark-off is 15 yards pass interference. You'd always rather have 15 than a touchdown, but the Lorain defensive backs have definitely got to start to play the football a little bit more. So 1st and 10 out there at the 27. Deepest penetration by far for Shaw. Dunn going to keep it straight ahead. He's got 5-10. He's going to have another first down inside the 15 before the secondary gets a hold of him.
Well,
big hole there off the left side.
And this has been Shaw's offense is opening up.
Yep.
You know, they throw the pass 2 or 3 times, whether they complete or not. That opens everything up again for the run.
So 1st and 10, ball, nose of the ball just over the 15-yard line. 12-0 Lorain, early second quarter. That snap was late. It's going to cost them 5. Everybody twitched but the center.
Yeah. I put the blame on the center.
Right. He'll be the guy whose number you don't hear.
Yeah.
Back to near the 20.
1st and 15.
Helps a little bit, gets them off schedule. But the Titans had them at 3rd and 9 earlier in this drive and let them off the hook. There's the handoff, nothing there. Barry's got Javon Bryant.
And with a host of other blue shirts helping him.
He was the first one, but he wasn't the only one. I think that's McDowell 20. I think Washington 13 had a piece. And I think number 7, Sterling Jeffries was there for part of it.
Yeah, you give the end the credit for the hold-up, and then you give the defense the credit for everything else.
The man with the box is wandering around in the middle of the Shaw team. It's going to be 2nd and about 17.
He didn't understand that forward progress, I don't think.
Dunn looks to throw, looks far side. He's got a man at the corner. There was his big receiver, number 8, Christian Pitts. He tried to go over top of Kevin Davis.
He got turned around and just missed it,
And there's going to be a flag anyhow. I don't think it would have counted.
Yeah. Holding Shaw.
This interesting decision. Oh, it's not even a decision. They're marching it off. It's going to be 10 from the line, takes it back to the 36. Shaw needs to be inside the 5 for a first down. So
if they have a 30-yard play, they're going trips this side, but they've isolated
the big fella.
Pitts on the other side.
Dunn calls for the ball. Snap took a while to get there, but it did. Over the middle, has a receiver. That's Weingartner. Catches down inside the 25 and falls to the ground at about the 23.
Yeah, he was the inside slot. Everyone's worrying about their big receivers way out there. He's the smallest of the receivers, but probably short and quick.
But that's the same. That's the same guy who fell down earlier. He's got 13 on the catch, though. Helps a little bit for the Cardinal. Going to be 3rd down, but about 18 to go. At the 23.
Empty backfield.
3 to the near side, 2 to the far side. All alone is Dunn, but he's looking for a man there.
I think a flag.
You know what? And Dunn's going to have yardage down to the 10 when his knee went down. But Kerry Washington, I think, inside on the play, the nose man, is the one who got held.
Figured they had to hold him because they couldn't catch him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a...
They actually held him and Barry.
He's not a big fella. So that 10 is going to march it the other way. And it'll come back to the 33. We've been here before, so it's 3rd and 28. Got to get to the 5.
Yeah.
Dunn and Bryant, 6 the quarterback, 5 the running back. bubble screen out near side. Makes the first man miss and going to hit at the 25 and go down. That's number 1, Brandon Harris.
Yeah, he did pick up another 4 or 5 yards on a very nice move after the catch.
He got 8, but it's 4th and 20. 8:33 to go. Second quarter. Lorain 12-0.
I see Lorain's defense is loosened up a little bit here, knowing they have to go,
what you got to do here is make a tackle.
Yeah, just
see the football, make a tackle. 3 to the near side, bunch formation. It's the short side. And out to the far side is Pitts, the big fella, and that's where they're looking. And they go on the out. They knocked away. Beautiful.
Yeah. You kind of knew, everyone in the stadium kind of knew they were going to go over to him. And it was a beautiful defensive play. And it wasn't with the numbers.
I think it's
Washington?
No, it's Mincy, 11. Wasn't sure if it was 11 or 10, but that's number 11, Perry Mincy. And so the Titans will take over on downs on the 25 after Shaw had a 1st and 10 at the 15.
You see their offense is ready to go. I mean, they come sprinting off of the sideline and...
Yep, they're waiting for the officials. 8:05 to go, second quarter.
8:05, yes, sir.
Williamson, Saunders to his right, Chavis to his left, Barry and Neal to the near side. Williamson rolls left, wants to keep, throws now. That was intended for 17, Dejon Brown. Never had a chance as Eddie never got the shoulders squared.
No, way over his head.
And sailed on him into the Shaw bench, 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. After his first couple were complete, Eddie Williamson now missed his last 3. And again, the first down, no gain. 2nd and 10, and Titans, this is a place where you want to pick up a couple first downs. You have to give it back. You don't want to do it deep in your own end. Williamson, Neal, 30, 35, first down and more. Aaron Neal with the catch out to the 38. That was go down 6 turn, and I'll throw it to you.
Mm-hmm. And that was his first reception, but it was a 12-yarder.
The official winds it. Sherman Saunders straight ahead off guard. Going to get him about 3 or 4 across the 40. Give him the 43, 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Titans ready to go. Williamson runs the option. Nice cut, nice ball fake. Out to the 48 of Lorain. Eddie put a defender on his back with the fake there. That was the fake the pitch. Here it is. There's the fake of the dive, fake the pitch, and cut it up, and the defensive end fell.
Yeah.
Straight ahead on for the first down yardage. That's Saunders. He's to the 50. First down, Lorain.
You see their offensive strategy, using Sherm as a workhorse, beating the middle of the line, and using Eddie and Chavis as the big play men around, and throwing a few passes when you need to.
And Sherm will break one of those if they keep doing it.
He will eventually.
Williamson wants to throw. Aaron Neal, same play, 5, 10, 15. Boy, he might have got a face mask there that went uncalled, but the tackle was up high. And Aaron Neal with another first down. He's ready to go again. He's lined up.
15 yards on that
15 on the gain. Rashad Berry all set. He's inside to Neal. Short side. Williamson calls. There's a flag.
Way over on the bench.
Well, Shaw had 12 on the field as.
Yeah.
Now they picked it up. They're going to walk off 5 for Shaw. That's one thing you can't do to stop this offense is play with 12.
And
unless you're Chip Klein.
There's
the give into the middle of the line to Chavis. He's going to be inside the 30 to the 32. And
this is what this offense does, though. It doesn't allow you to put any defensive substitutions into the game.
Williamson pitches. Saunders down near the 20. Ball on the turf.
I think he was out of bounds, but that's not the way they call it.
They're not going to call it that way. Fumble on the play, recovered by Shaw at the 12. Dave McFarland down there saying, I think he was out of bounds.
14 after about a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, but Shaw's going to take over deep in their own territory. So on the turnover, they hold, and they needed that.
5.
But for the second time tonight, Sherm Saunders drops the rock, and this one ends up, here it is, at ground level. Williamson with the nice pitch. Saunders with the ball in the inside hand, ducks his head, and it was out.
Yeah. He was in the air out of bounds.
Clearly out.
Yeah, but it had not touched down yet.
Okay, confusion on the Lorain defense, and Mincy had to come all the way over to find his guy, which is number 8, Pitts. Whistle. And
yeah, I think Mincy being a senior, I think they think him as their shutdown corner, and they're putting him on number 8, their best receiver. So it's going to be your best against their best.
Got to find him, and they've done it so far. Over here on the near side of the defense, it's Mincy and McGuigan. Looks like Kevin Davis out on the far side on the corner. And at safety now, 14, Malik Anderson, as Neal gets a break from playing offense. Motion, keeper straight ahead, nowhere to go. Dunn's done at about the 6. Going to be a loss, I think, of about a yard. Again, it looked like he had the good running start, but nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Lorain winning the battle of the line of scrimmage. A lot of that contact coming behind the line.
Yeah, Lorain's stingy offense had one little breather in there, but I think now they're back to playing some defense like they've been in the last 3 games.
2nd and 16, drops back to pass in the end zone. He's hit by Barry. It's going to be...
It's a safety, intentional.
Let's see.
It's a safety.
That's number 51.
That's got to be a safety.
Yeah.
Intentional grounding. Give Rashad Berry the 2 on the safety. And, you know, the officials did a decent job of... Here's how much Perry Mincy's following Pitts. Pitts is over next to the coach, and Mincy was on the 25-yard line. So the safety...
Yeah.
Where do you want to put safety at?
Nah, don't worry about that.
The safety, the quarterback Dunn, tackled in the end zone by Rashad Berry. Tried to underhand it forward to get it out of the end zone. The closest player was number 51, Brian Williams. He is in white with red and black trim, but he is also an offensive tackle. So it's a safety. Lorain goes up unconventionally 14-0, and they'll receive the kick from the 20-yard line.
No, you mentioned Mincy covering him on the bench. Didn't you ever have basketball players?
Oh, yeah.
You said
if he goes to the locker room, you go with him.
Yeah.
Well, Perry Mincy took that literally.
He heeded that.
So you have your choice of a punt or a placement here. Shaw is going to put it in play by placement. Adam Scott. I think most high school teams go this route, where I think most professional teams would choose to punt because of the hang time they can get. So Scott will put it in play from the 20. Mincy's to the near side. I think that's Hawthorne to the far side at about the 35 of Lorain. 5:45 to go. High kick that time. Aaron Neal at the 46. 50. 45. Runs into his own man down inside the 40 to the 39. Okay. What didn't happen on that first return of the game that happened there was Aaron Neal caught the football.
Exactly. Last time it bounced over his head. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, Shaw's seen some film, and they've seen Mincy's kickoff returns. Because you see they're kicking high and away.
So Titans again set to go. Officials giving Shaw a chance to get set. Neal's to the near side, short side. Williamson, Saunders, and Chavis the whole way in the backfield. Eddie takes it, hands it straight ahead. Chavis, big hole, 30, 25, breaks a tackle, 15, 10, and Chavis to the house.
And that was 38 yards.
I think we're going to give him 39, Tom.
Yep.
5 minutes and 31 seconds, a one-play drive. And that's a really impressive run as we'll get set to watch it here on the replay. It's the dive, straight ahead. He's got 10, runs over a linebacker, busts another one, straight ahead, high steps through a third tackle, and all the way into the north end zone. Big Josh Fenn, the first one there to greet him.
And it was big Josh Fenn that threw a block on the line, helped him clear that.
Titans will go for 2. Williamson, Chavis, and Saunders in the backfield. The slant is open to the top side if that's what they look for. Now motion, that's Mincy. Jet sweep, Lorain style. Extra points, good. That's a play they hadn't shown, Tom.
No, that's the first time I've seen them with that jet sweep.
Well, 3 plays ago it was 12-0 and Lorain had fumbled.
And now
how quickly things change, right?
Yeah, exactly.
5:31 to go in the half. Lorain 22, Shaw nothing, and they sure took some steam out of the Cardinals right there with that quick turnaround. The safety, the good return by Neal, and then the big run by Chavis.
No, we mentioned Carlos Chavis is a 10th grader.
Is he?
And he's approaching 100 yards.
96.
96 yards. On it, yeah.
Wow, and you know what? That was, he finished that run, didn't he?
Yeah, yes, he did. Yes, he did.
You know, he's got an advantage. He gets to watch Sherman Saunders on film every week.
Yeah.
And, you know,
that's how you do it.
You know, that's part of developing a program.
96 yards.
Yeah, 8 carries for 96 yards. Now that's averaging well over 12, 13 yards a carry.
You know, we got Bill Provident here keeping stats, and he knows better than anyone because he went from, you know, the Eric Wests and the Raymond Harrises and the Gary Pattons and the Aaron Dunlaps, and they all got to watch each other in practice every day and on film every Saturday, I'm sure.
You learn how to do it that way.
High kick that time by Saunders, going to hit at the 20 and bounce left.
Oh.
Tough break for the Titans, because if that thing had a bounce straight ahead, they might have had a recovery. And you know who was the first one down there? 33, Carlos Chavis. So with the penalty, Shaw will put it in play.
That last drive
from the 35.
Yeah. One play drive.
Yeah, one play drives are not good for the confidence of the defense or the rest from the offense. Remember, the offense was out there and gave up a safety. So Shaw comes out, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Dunn calls for a motion. Here it comes. Jet sweep that time, taking it deep, bowing it out. Rashad Berry runs him down at the sidelines. Looks like it's going to be no gain, maybe the length of a football.
And you think he ran probably, everyone knows, when they watch that replay, they'll see, you think they ran for 20 yards.
Right.
And he gained 1. But if you watch Rashad, he just feathered his man and feathered his man and feathered his man and give him no way to cut up.
Well, and the runner, who was 32, Patton, he took that and he ran the humpback route rather than the jet sweep route. And so he gave ground to try and get ground, and he did pick up a little bit. He got back to the line. 2nd and 10. Shaw. Motion again. Fake the jet sweep this time. I think they've solved that.
There wasn't a person in this stadium that didn't know the next play was going to be a fake the jet sweep.
Orsler, Jeffries, Washington, Naz Bohannon, all there, and they weren't alone. So it's going to be 3rd and about 12 on the loss. Shaw had made some success with the fake and the quarterback keep straight ahead, but not that time. 4:14 clock running, second quarter. Double coverage out here. McGuigan is out with the Twins. Look, they're looking this way. It's the long one. Too long.
Way over his
That
head,
was intended for Harris. Stride for stride with him was Mincy. And it'll bring up 4th down, and Shaw with the punt team coming out. 4 minutes exactly in the quarter. I think McGuigan and Mincy might have had some miscommunication.
And I think they just talked it over.
Yes.
I think they were settling that on the way back, how they're going to do the next time something like that occurred.
It's always good to talk about that when it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Good snap.
Not a good punt.
Punt around the block, takes a sideways hop at the 45, out of bounds inside the 45. No return necessary on a 9-yard kick. And Lorain will take over on the plus side of the 50 at about the 43. Well, Tom, if we can get one more before the half, we start to get up into that running clock territory.
Yeah. And they don't do a running clock in the second quarter. It's not till second half. But
through 4 weeks, about 30% of the games in Ohio have ended with the running clock, which stuns me. Williamson, straight ahead, nice cut, 40, 30, in the open, 20 and out of bounds. Eddie Williamson, all 5'7", 150 of him, with a big gain and lives to fight another day. 24 yards on that one for Eddie.
Aaron Neal would have put his head down and got another 1 or 2 yards, but Eddie Williams saves that head because he has to use it calling these plays.
Yep. Williamson now he looks for Neal, pulls it down straight ahead, 15 and slides inside the 15 at about the 14. So give Eddie 5 on that one. Williamson straight ahead. Saunders inside the 10, going to have a first down. This offense is relentless.
Yeah, and this is the first time this is their offense.
This is Chip Kelly.
This is exactly what they've been doing, but never at this tempo before.
Oh, my goodness. Williamson again. Saunders makes a cut inside the 5. I think he was trying to say his knee wasn't down. They're going to mark him down right at the 5. Ball touching the 5, going to be second and goal. 3:10 to go. Williamson rolls, keeps, cuts it up, and to the house. Eddie Williamson, 5 yards.
Actually, that was an option.
It sure was.
That was an option coming, but he's seen that little opening and took it 5 yards into the touchdown.
Yeah, they've been running the option wide, and he made a great read on the option. And option is just like it sounds. He optioned this man. If you look on the replay, there's the guy. He cuts it up. Josh Fenn got a little bit of a kick out. And, Josh Fenn's job, I'm sure, is take the man where he wants to go.
And let Eddie decide how he's going to run the rest of the play.
Now Lorain will call timeout. As for one of the few times tonight the offense has done something wrong. Nobody brought out the little kicking block, I don't think. Eddie Williamson, the keynote of that drive with some long runs.
Yeah, we'll get a number of yards on him so far now.
He's got 2 touchdowns and 70 yards.
70 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and a touchdown pass.
Yeah. Now he did a lot of the same kind of things last week against the Toledo school.
He's kind of the X factor there. He's the guy that you don't look for. You look for him to facilitate, not for offense, but he's capable of giving you offense. And that's now, I think, 5 touchdowns on the ground in the last 2 weeks for Eddie.
Mm-hmm. He's got 9 carries for 70 yards.
9 and 70, wow.
Yeah.
And 2 touchdowns.
So now they're going to go for 2. Chavis off quickly. That's Neal and Saunders with Williamson between. Barry in the short slot comes in motion now. This is going to be the power. Williamson, student body left. Takes it wide and gets in.
Yeah, I think they brought Aaron Neal in place of Carlos for blocking purposes.
And what that does is nothing right now, but the score stands at 30-0. So if we were to go into the half with this score, we would come out, and after the kickoff, the clock would run.
Never stop.
Unless Shaw would have scored and bring it to within 30. As happened last week when Rogers scored with 27 seconds left and we stopped the clock.
For one time.
Right. But this offense has been a thing of beauty.
They've used basically 3 runners. One time they had the jet sweep, but everything else has been up the middle, run the option, up the middle, throw the pass, and it was just a pitcher.
8, 10, and 14 rushes so far.
Yeah.
Leading ball carrier only has 8 rushes. He's got 96 on 8.
32 carries for Lorain in the first half thus far, if I heard you right, Bill. But another one's going to say,
it didn't go out of bounds, I don't think.
They didn't recover.
No, they didn't. They finally covered it, and
I thought Lorain got it.
No, I mean 30 or 23, I guess it was. Marquise Whiting, finally fell on the ball. He was waiting for it to go out of bounds. You know what he looked like? He looked like the third baseman waiting for the bunt to roll foul. Here it is.
Yeah.
Boy, it's coming right at the camera, man. It goes by him, and then.
Oh, see, I thought 14 got it.
Now, the Lorain player, 14, Malik Anderson, actually helped Whiting knock the ball out of bounds. I don't think he ever recovered it. I think
pushed it right down on him.
He pushed it on him, and it fell out of bounds. So 2:54, the time, not the road. As Shaw is going to go to the full house. Now they're going to take time out as some confusion. And they huddle. So 2:54 to go first half. We got a treat for the fans coming up at halftime as the Marching Titans will be performing, but they will follow the world-renowned, and I say that, the Marching Shaw Cardinal are here, and they have performed. When I say they've performed all the way around the world, they went to China for the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, so they have performed all the way around the world, and they are a treat.
I think they were the first band that was on TV in the morning. They do the morning on Channel
3.
Channel 3, whatever it is. They were the band, and they're good.
Here's the kickoff again. Coming down, bouncing. And that's exactly what happened as the Lorain player, 14, Anderson, pushed the Shaw player on top of the ball. 2 in the backfield, 2 to the near side. And Shaw's going to run the keeper. This is Dunn. Got a couple.
Why would you run?
2nd and 8.
Well, they're running east and west instead of north and south, and you don't gain yards going sideways.
Right, and
but you're running with their best defensive player.
They're continually testing. If the strength of the Lorain defense is those 2 defensive ends. One of them we know is a Big Ten football player, and the other one very well may end up being a Division I football player if he's not a Division I basketball player in Naz Bohannon. Orsler now steps out on the slot man who comes in motion. That's Harris. Confusion in the backfield, ball on the ground, and they'll unstack it. Signal is that Shaw retains possession, loss of about 5, clock under 2. And 3rd and 14. Dave McFarland with the decision to use one of his 2 timeouts or not. Lets the clock keep running.
Yeah, that was Robert Orsler in there causing all the hassle, Minute 30.
Minute 30, the clock is running. With a stop here, Lorain will definitely get the ball back. Trips to the near side. And they look this way, over the middle, pass too tall. Almost covered from behind by Anderson, 14. That'll stop the clock with 1:18 is what it accomplishes. The Shaw punt team will come out. The 9-yard punt last time they tried this set up a Lorain touchdown. And now you've got Mincy inside the 45 of Shaw, waiting to catch this one.
I think he ought to move up a little bit. He's getting,
Neal's coming back. They're moving him up to the 42. Oh, almost blocked.
Get away.
That's the getaway, coach. That's off the foot of a Cardinal, I think. Going to roll dead at about the 40. Minute 9 to go in the half. Lorain will have a 60-yard field in front of it as it looks to build on a 30-0 lead.
the way this offense is running, 1 minute 9 seconds is probably enough to get 6 or 7 plays in.
I would think. Yeah, but because of the clock stopping on the first down, 2 times out, and I think you want to work on your
2-minute
clock management offense here. Got it ready for play. Williamson calls for the ball. There it is. He looks to throw. He's going to go long. He's got a man out there behind everybody. Pass too short. Dropped on the interception. Intended for Brown, I think, 17. And pass just wasn't long enough.
Yeah.
One of the Titan linemen down on one knee.
I think we used to say they had too much air underneath it. It was just a...
I think that was LeBoy, 59. He's up and okay. He's the left guard, dwarfed by big Josh Fenn out there, number 65. Williamson again, straight back, looking, going to try and get outside, going to bring it down, going to fake it, going to cut it up with a little block from Chavis, but nowhere to go. Eddie got about 3. We're under 50 seconds now. It's going to be 3rd and 7. This is the tough situation. I think McFarland wants to let the clock run with the 30-point lead, but he still wants to work. Here's the option. Saunders, nowhere to go that time. He had to stop and catch the ball, so he's going to lose 1. And the clock is under 25 seconds. That might have been the last play of the half, as Lorain seems content to let it run out. Shaw doesn't have any inclination to stop it. Aaron Neal is already on his way to the locker room. And as the clock ticks under 5, both teams decide that'll do it. We've played 2 at the George. Lorain 30, Shaw nothing at the half. Marching bands coming up next. Back with second half action after that.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
with something from Pitbull and Kesha, and it is called Timber. It's time to get up off that couch, pick up your Wii remote or turn on Connect and work it to the sounds of Dodo Bar. Join our marching titans as they tighten up with Zumba! Show me how you burlesque.
I was afraid of that.
Well, guess it's time to get you fixed.
Your pets will start fooling around sooner than you think.
Go on, get out of here!
Accidental litters lead to millions killed in shelters each year. Help prevent more. Fix at month 4.
Back here at George Daniel, third quarter action. Sherman Saunders will put the ball in play for Lorain with the kick down inside the 20 to the 15, picked up there and brought back by number 1. That's Warren, I believe. He's out to about the 20. Tackle there by Chavis. And
he was hit 3 or 4 or 5 times.
41 Quentin Pardon had a piece, I believe. And Shaw will take over there at the 20. Now we'll have the official indicate that the clock will run. Lorain's 30-0 on top, so we play running clock as long as it's a 30-point spread. And Shaw will put it in play 80 yards from the end. We'll get some stats in for you as we go here. But Shaw under center, unbalanced to the right, and they run the off tackle play for a gain of about 3. And that was a little bit different quarterback in there. It looks to me like it's...
The only success they had is running a sweep from double tight.
Well, I think now you see they're not as spread out as they were in the first half.
Deshaun Young, number 10, is in at quarterback.
There's back to spreading again.
Now they go back to the standard Twins right and left shotgun look. And there's the handoff straight ahead. Nice hole there. Gain of about 9, 10, 11 for number 5. That's Javon Bryant. First down, Shaw. We've got a Cardinal down. One of the big fellas up front goes down with what we hope is a leg cramp.
Yeah, not a hurt knee, yes.
But it'll give us a chance to talk about some stats here at halftime. Number 1, Eddie Williamson. 10 carries for 72 yards, 2 touchdowns and an extra point, 3 of 7 through the air for 29 yards and a touchdown. Number 5, Sherman Saunders, 13 carries for 66 yards, but he dropped the rock a couple of times. Lorain recovering 1 and Shaw recovering 1 that eventually led to 10 points for Lorain on a safety and a touchdown. And 33, Carlos Chavis, 8 carries for 96 yards and as pretty a 39-year-old touchdown or 9-yard run as you'll see, Tom.
It was very much. Took on the first one and he looked a little bit like Saunders, hitting that first one, breaking the tackle and going all the way. So, and only a 10th grader, I mentioned that before.
In the air, Aaron Neal's got 2 catches for 32 yards. Rashad Berry, 3 catches, 34 yards and a touchdown. And the Shaw player has helped to his feet and off. Kyler Dukes, number 71, 6'3", 290. That's a big piece up front to be carrying away.
Yeah.
And 1st and 10, Cardinal at the 39. Now the clock does stop for the injury, otherwise we'd be changing ends. The official winds it. Young has him out in the gun. Bryant next to him. There's the fake, and Young's caught from the jersey. Rashad Berry says, not at my end, you don't.
We were just talking about this at halftime. Every time they've challenged around in, they've always gone around Rashad's end. Is there a reason why they're staying away from
well, I think that time they wanted to throw and things just didn't work out for them. But you're right. It seems like they're very left-handed.
Yes, exactly.
Because he's not playing the wide side or the boundary side. He's playing, right defensive end. So motion now out of the Twins, brings 3 to the near side. Snap back, bobbled, looks for the slant. Tall but brought down by Harris. He's got a first down out near the 50. Give him the 49. Gang tackling by the Titans. That high throw. Brandon Harris is 6'2", 205. He was able to go up and get it. And for the first time tonight, Shaw has 2 first downs on a drive.
He was, I think, 4 inches taller than anybody out there.
When he let the quarterback let that go, I thought, this is going to be overthrown. Maybe we'll have somebody back there. There's the give on the old cross buck. Nowhere to go there. Middle of the defense. Aaron Neal, Robert Orsler, Naz Bohannon. Whole bunch of them there for that one. And it'll be no gain, 2nd and 10. We're down under 9 minutes already in the third quarter.
Oh, he's subbing now.
Bohannon comes out.
I didn't see who was replacement.
41, Pardon, I think.
Okay.
Quentin Pardon in. Trips to the far side for Shaw. They look that way on the slant, knocked down, almost picked off. Is that Aaron McDowell?
I think it was. 20, isn't it? Linebacker McDowell?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Hit him in a bad place.
Yeah, that's why you play defense, Aaron. Here it is. He just makes a nice play on the ball. He high-pointed it. He did everything right except come down with it. But he was in the right spot and saw the ball and made a play on the ball. Spread again, 2 to the right, 2 to the left for Shaw. Pistol formation now. Young drops.
That was a little bit too far over, everybody said. But
there's a flag. I don't know what we're going to get here.
I think that big, tall receiver just got tripped up by,
there's a flag on the far side of the field. Now they're signaling against Lorain.
Right, I'm looking at the one down here.
We don't have a... Yeah, Tom, when we talk about things, I heard Bill just say it, and it came to my mind, too. They ran that pass play. Pass interference is going to be called against Lorain High.
It was Jeffries who was tangled up with the receiver, but
it looked like it was
just tangled up.
Not only away from the ball, but well after the play. But we don't get a vote. It's going to move the Sticks 15 and a first down. They had no one to block Rashad Berry but the running back. And Rashad and the running back and the quarterback all ended up about the same spot, which is why the ball was high. So the mark-off is to the 30. This is going a lot farther than it should.
Pass interference and a personal foul.
Pass interference followed by a personal foul. 2 of them.
That's 30 yards.
That's 30 yards in walk-offs. And here's where one of the things that the Titans have had a little bit of an issue with is the silly penalty. Now, the pass interference maybe not so much, but a personal foul after the play causes both of them to be marked off, and down inside the 20 for the first time is Shaw. There's a pass on the slant over the middle, caught, and it's going to result in a Cardinal touchdown. That is number 1, Brandon Harris, 21 yards. So the third quarter opens with Shaw scoring with 7:23 to go on a 21-yard pass. 1 Harris from 10 Young, and that'll cause the clock to stop, Tom.
Yeah, no more running clock till the next touchdown. So it's going to be back and forth maybe this half.
So Shaw takes time.
3 first downs and 1 by penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shaw had 3 first downs in the touchdown there, plus the 30 yards in penalties marched off, which made that drive easy. And I'm sure that you've got some upset coaches on the Lorain sidelines just over how easy they allowed Shaw to make that play.
Although he had subbed to defensive end, and the 1 corner was subbed.
Yeah, when you're at the running clock, if you want to get some subs in, you got to start early.
That's part of it, too, sure.
Yeah.
So spread formation again for Shaw. They'll go for 2. There's motion. They empty the backfield. Young wants the out. He's got a man out there, but he throws it too far. He was looking for Young again, but the pass doesn't work. So we've played 4 minutes and 37 seconds of the third quarter running clock style. 30-6, Lorain. Shaw scores, so we get to play regular football again, Tom.
Well, time will tell what's going to happen now that we'll see if Lorain keeps that up tempo now, or because it's the second half and the clock situation, will they slow it down?
Right.
Time will tell. My guess is they're going to keep the tempo.
Yeah.
Once you start it, you'll keep it going.
The more I look at, and that deflection, I don't think it was McDowell. I think it was Aaron Huff that had the deflection.
Was he 28?
28.
I
in at linebacker. So the Titans will receive to the north end. Mincy goes deep with 33, Chavis. Barry and Neal are the next two. Saunders then is on the line in front of him with Anderson at about there at the 35. I think the deep guys could take a step up from their 15-yard line. Scott, 77, will kick for the Cardinals. There's the placement. Down on a hop to Chavis. Near side, or is that Mincy? That's Mincy. Cuts it back. He's got a lot of open space. And
he got to outrun 77.
He's got a block. Chavis down the sideline, cuts it back inside the 20 at the 18. And that's Perry Mincy, Mincy with the long return. Let's give him
60-some yards.
62 on the return, 20 to 18. And he's down probably as much as anything.
Exhausted?
Yeah, his tank's empty.
I hope that's all it is.
Yeah, he's cramped up is what it is. There's no better sign in a football game than seeing somebody on their back when laying down and have somebody lean on their legs because you know it's not anything structural.
Yeah. Are you hurt or are you injured?
And the cramps go, there's the return. Again, he makes a great cut here to his left, and then it's just the kicker, and he gets a block.
20. There's a good block on him.
Got a nice block from Xavier Lorenzana, number 9, got in the way of the kicker, and give Shaw credit for pursuit there, or he'd have been gone, but they brought him down at the 18, so great field position for Lorain. And now who's this running off? I think that's Huff.
It looks.
We'll be back to running.
No, that's McDowell.
Yeah, that was a 20.
Those two numbers look alike to me.
You can't tell the difference. Zeros and eights and.
It's much easier on the little monitor, Tom.
Yeah, well, I can see it there.
Okay, so the situation is, as they stretch out Mincy, and he's going to go right to the locker room. He is walking off with Tracy Menges, the trainer, and Jeremy Wilt, one of the assistant coaches. So, well, I think the tempo question was answered, Tom. Lorain's over the ball waiting for the officials to get ready. Williamson is at quarterback. Barry and Neal near side. Saunders in the slot far side with Brown outside of him. Chavis straight ahead. Makes a cut in the hole down to the 15. That ought to put him over 100 on the night. 99 gain's going to be about 3. 2nd and 7. Nose of the ball touches the 15.
Yeah. And they keep Sherman over on the left slot and just go with the one back.
There's a whistle and equipment timeout as Chavis has got a little issue. They're going to send him out now.
Is it mandatory? You have to come out. I know if your helmet comes off.
I don't know. It depends on the issue, I guess.
It looks like he just broke a snap.
McGuigan comes in at running back. This is the time when usually it's probably Wilt that's the equipment guy. On a keeper, Williamson straight ahead inside the 15 to about the 13 because Wilt went to the locker room with Mincy. So that'll make it 3rd and about 5. Lorain ready to go again. It's still Williamson and McGuigan. Twins to the right. Saunders and Brown left side. Barry and Neal. There's a pass out to Saunders on the swing inside the 10, down near the first down.
I don't think he's
got there either. He needed just inside the 8, it looks like. Whistle. It must be going to measure. And it does from this angle, and we have about the worst angle in the house. Yeah. My guess is it's probably 18 inches short. It's hard to tell because they take the sticks 3 yards off the ball for safety's sake, which just makes the angle all the worse. They stretch the chains out, and it is 4th down and inches. Shaw, you see the Shaw players clapping and pointing, but it's only 4th down now. Now they'll walk it out to the hash, put it down.
There's a different number.
21.
Let's see what happens here coming out of the huddle. Brown's going wide to the far side. Saunders back in the backfield with McGuigan. Now Barry still in the slot. Neal near side. You know, one of the other things here is you could get some things on film that you want to show Bedford.
Yeah.
And that's the big one next week. Winding the clock. Williamson goes up under center, now backs out into the gun.
Someone jumped.
Lorain High went set for the first time tonight into a 3-point stance, and the entire Shaw Cardinal defensive line and 3 members of the band jumped off sides.
That's what you showed Bedford. Okay, now they're going to do it. So now you got to say on Monday, Bedford has to work on whether they're going to be up or down.
Saunders bounces it out on the give, looks for the stick, can't get there. Going to be tackled just inside the sideline and short of the pylon at about the 2. Now they move it back, and it may be closer to the 3.
This is usually where they run Rashad a little sideways motion.
Yep.
Lead block.
Give to Saunders, nowhere to go there in the middle.
They have him keyed.
Pushed him back a couple back to the original line of scrimmage at the 5.
Here comes Chavis back in for Sam.
Do I minus the 2?
Yeah.
So 3rd down and goal from the 5. Let's see if they roll to the near side here. Williamson's going to run the options. Chavis takes it, looks for the pylon, can't get there. Down inside the 2. He jumped instead of leaned. And that's going to get you hurt, son. Get your pads. The guy with the low pads usually wins. So it's 4th and goal from the 2.
He's over 100 yards.
Chavis over 100 officially on the night. Williamson, Saunders straight ahead into the house. Sherm Saunders with his first score of the night. 4:15 in the 3rd quarter. Sherm Saunders gets a 2-yard run, and his first score, he gets on the board. And it's back to his 30-point lead. So following the extra point, we'll play running clock again.
Yeah. Like I said, it may be one of those on and off kind of things this whole second half.
I don't think they'll score again. They didn't have 30 yards of penalties. They would have scored last time.
So the 2-point attempt here, motion from Barry.
That's the goal line.
Short motion, yep. That give is to 31, Malik Rembert. He stopped short. Yep. So 36-6 Titans on top here on homecoming. And
I'm waiting for when it's really important, that little sideway motion, fake the play, and then hit Barry out in the flat for the touchdown that wins the game. I don't know if it's going to be the next game or one of these games, but you'll see that plays on the books, I bet you.
I'm going to, the thoroughness of this coaching staff, I'm going to guarantee it. Well, they've set it ready for play. Let me thank some of the members of the LHS Video Club that get us on the air and provide all the neat things that now happen with Channel 20. Adam Garcia. Before I do that, I'm going to have to ask Terry, is it the highlighted ones or the pencil ones? Okay, thank you. Adam Garcia, Alexis Sexton, Autumn Sexton, Brianna Nethers, Daniel Lopez, Dominique Bennett, Caitlin Tillman, Noel Pavon, Monica Amador, Robert Osorio, Amanda Hafka. Thank you all for everything you do behind the scenes to help make us look as good as is possible to make us look.
I've seen a lot of TV games. I've never seen a TV game as well covered as they do in Lorain.
I mean, Tom, I can remember some of the first games going and sitting in the stands at Sandusky trying to read the roster with the flashlight on my cell phone. Sherm Saunders is going to put it in play. That one's high and straight away down to the 15. How'd you like to be the guy that breaks down what Lorain does on their kickoffs?
Yeah. That's what I said. It's impossible. Because you said even they don't know where it's going to go.
He doesn't know.
Returns out to the 32.
But everyone stayed in their lanes. If you watched, if they have a replay on this, you'll see everyone was dead in their lanes when you do a kickoff.
Now they'll mark this for play, and then the man in the white hat out there will look and wind the clock.
There he goes.
So it's 3:24, and the clock is ticking, and it'll stay ticking unless Shaw puts points on the board. It's the 30-point deficit. Under center, Shaw, with the tight formation, dropped the snap, covered by the quarterback, 10 Young. Going to be a loss of a couple, looks like. Give him a loss of a yard back to the 31. 41, Quentin Pardon in for Bohannon. Kevin Davis is out here, the corner on the near side. Now he's going to come out. 26, Orlando Diggs is going to get a chance at Pitts.
Is that Anthony Rush out there?
Trips to this side. And the give straight ahead is 5. Bryant. He's ahead to the 35, going to bring up third down and about 7 for Shaw. Aaron Neal is still out there. At 14 is Malik Anderson. 21, McGuigan is at his safety. Orsler's at the far side linebacker. Rashad Berry still at defensive end. Straight back to pass, looking for the out, has a man. That's Hildreth, hit and dropped immediately. Going to be short of the first down by a yard. Sure tackle by Aaron Neal is going to cause it. So the completion is for 6. They need 7. It's going to be 4th and a long yard, and the Cardinal offense stays on the field. Now the box says first down.
The box man's been in a little bit of a fog.
The scoreboard says second down.
And we know it's 4th down.
And now it's 4th down everywhere. Okay.
They're putting twins into the side.
Twins to the short side, twins to the wide side. Shotgun formation. They empty the backfield, straight back, wanting to throw, looking, lofting it long. Nobody out there. Well covered by, I think that is Mincy, number 11. Also out there was Orsler. Lorain will take over on downs on their 40-yard line. Interesting strategy. Now the clock has stopped on the change of possession.
But we'll start as soon as the referees set the ball.
Ready for play.
Ready for play.
There's the official saying first down. Now let's see. He's going to wind it right here. Minute 14 to go. Clock is ticking, third quarter. 36-6, Lorain. That's Naz Bohannon at quarterback. 15, the sophomore, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Straight ahead to give. And that is number 4. That is Hawthorne, Dontravis Hawthorne.
He's an underclassman also.
Right. We've seen him primarily on kick returns. Now that looks like Rashad Berry coming out, and
that's Sims going in.
Is it Sims?
Yeah,
yes,
Bacardi.
it is. Bakari Sims in the slot. Aaron Neal still at the wide receiver here near side. Saunders is in the backfield along with Bohannon and Hawthorne. Bohannon takes it, throws, slant pass, caught by Dejon Brown. First down, Titans. Nice throw by Naz. And I'll tell you what Naz Bohannon gives you is Naz Bohannon's at least 6'4". So he can stand back there and pick out targets. And he's got a major arm, and that's going to end the third quarter. So we've played 3 at the George. Lorain 36, Shaw 6. Back with the fourth quarter action after this timeout.
McGruff the crime dog here. We've all heard of identity theft. Now I'm going to show you how those thieves do it. Watch. He's secretly photographing her credit card with his cell phone. Now watch. They pretend they have a package to deliver, and while they're trying to fit it in the mailbox, they're taking her credit card payments and other paid bills. To learn how to protect yourself from identity theft, go to weprevent.org. Keep your identity to yourself and help take a bite out of crime.
1st and 10 as we start the fourth quarter. Clock running. Bohannon fakes it, pumps it the other way, now throws long. Got a couple of guys out there. I think it hit a bird in the beak.
It hit his helmet.
I think one of the Shaw Cardinals took it off the head.
It was well covered.
It was well covered. He had 2 receivers out there. There was Barry with the height advantage, but the Shaw corner had the leverage underneath him and maintained it very nicely. Now Saunders and Barry come to the sidelines along with Neal. Near side, it's Kyle Greenfield at receiver. Hawthorne is in the backfield along with McGuigan and Bohannon, the quarterback. And one of the Shaw linemen.
A little aggressive.
Raycon Roseberry, number 72. How's these for measurables, Tom? 5'8", 320. March off of 5 yards, 2nd and 5 for the Titans. Near side, Hawthorne's got nowhere to go. That's toss was slow developing, but again, it's on film.
That's what, a -2?
That going to be loss of a couple there for Hawthorne. Going to be 3rd down and 7. 10:25 to go. The clock should keep on moving. I think this is probably backups entirely for Lorain. Bohannon gives straight ahead. McGuigan inside the 20. Nice run there.
Nice little drive.
Down to, there's a flag. And I think...
Oh, that may be an injection.
I think that...
51 will not see the next game.
He'll see it, but it won't be from the in uniform.
That gives him a 1st down.
Yeah.
Well, now there may be 2 flags here. We had a double penalty on Lorain earlier. This may be half the distance followed by half the distance. The ball is...
Yeah, I think the second flag meant the ejection.
And I think the second flag was the dead ball, too.
Yeah, that was the unsportsmanlike.
Personal foul is on Shaw. And that'll be marched off half the distance to the goal.
The dead ball foul.
And
the clock.
The clock continues during this.
Yeah, well, it's a game still being played.
Personal foul, Shaw. Half the distance to the goal, takes it down to the after the run, so it takes it down, and then they're going to march off another one down inside the 4, and then that's the second one, the dead ball. So it's 1st and goal from the 4. Bohannon has Hawthorne back there with him. Twins to each side. Nas is going to roll to the right. He can keep it if he wants to, and he does, and he slides one tackle, and then he's brought down.
If he'd have run to the pylon, he'd have scored.
So it's going to be 2nd down. Gain is down to about the 3. Give him a yard.
Don't mark that in. We got a yard.
And we're under 9 minutes in the ball game. 23, Jalen Sanford comes in.
Put that big fullback in there and let him run. What's he, 23, the fullback?
McGuigan and Hawthorne with Bohannon between them. Bohannon turns, throws the slant that's blocked. Yeah. That was intended for Greenfield. 3rd and 2. Bohannon comes over for the play from Coach McFarland. Clock's running under 8:15.
Just give it to that big fullback. What's he, 21?
Under 8 minutes as the clock runs. Hawthorne bounces off one, spins to the house.
Yeah. Nice little spin move, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah. He had a hole.
Yep.
He had some nice blocking, but he had a spin into the hole.
Dontravis Hawthorne.
Don't worry about it.
Dontravis Hawthorne with a 2-yard run. Gets in the book. I believe that's his first touchdown of the year. 7:51. And
what?
He'll get that.
And it's 42, looking for more from the Titans. And now, the kicking game. Eddie Williamson's going to spot it. It's Alex Gonzalez, the kicker. A little bit of a shift there, a little bit of a swinging gate. Gonzalez. Good snap. Williamson gets it down. Kick away, kick up, kick is good. And we get an odd number. 43 for Lorain, 6 for Shaw. And if that should do anything, that might ensure that the clock stays running. So following the kickoff, again, we'll put it in play and it'll wind and go. (43-6), and now, Tom, we can start to look at the big one next week.
Yeah.
Lorain is going to travel to Bedford. Bedford is undefeated on the season, I believe.
4-0 going into it. I don't know.
4-0 going into tonight.
Who do they play tonight?
Beat Avon Lake by double.
Yeah, they had a running clock win against Avon Lake. I think it was 46-0. And they are the team to beat in the LEL. And if Lorain can play like this on offense combined with the stout defense that they've been showing, they've got to have a chance, and that's what you want, is a chance.
It will be a game. I guarantee you it will be a game. Yeah.
Bedford is very good.
Yes.
And so we'll go from there, but now is the time to start to think about it. Saunders is going to put it in play. Low bouncing kick picked up at the 32 and brought straight ahead out over the 40.
I know you mentioned...
that was Jalen Sanford. No, that was 33. Carlos Chavis on the tackle.
You had mentioned in the past a website that predicts all the games, and they gave Lorain a 53 chance.
I've got it right here, Tom. How about that?
Yeah.
Lorain right now with this win, playoff probabilities, with a win, 47% chance of Lorain making the playoffs right now with a win. They control their own destiny, and it says if they can win 8, they are insured of the playoffs mathematically. I don't know how accurate this is. This is fantastic50.net, if for those of you that might be interested. It's a college professor out of the College of Worcester who runs some mathematical simulations. He had tonight, he predicts every game in the state. He had Lorain with an 88% chance of winning tonight, and by 21 points was his spread.
And here's the interesting thing, I thought. Playoff chances were 47%. And playoff chances with a win tonight was still only 47.
Yes.
Because they're not looking at this game as the game you have to beat. They're
Right.
thinking about the Bedfords, the Euclids, the Cleveland Heights. Those are the big games that Lorain is going to have to start
He's
looking
got
forward
Lorain
to.
as a 15-point dog next week, and then again against Euclid, and Cleveland Heights as underdogs.
But I think things will change after this win.
So Shaw set to put it in play from the 40. There's the give. Nowhere to run for Javon Bryant. Some of the young guys in there. 54, Chris Mayer on a tackle. I see 70, Anthony Vasquez. Well, we've got a moment. I want to take a chance to thank Applebee's of Lighthouse Village and Scorchers from downtown on Broadway for all of the goodies that they provide for us up here in the press box. It's greatly appreciated. We always win the battle of the press box food. There's a flag.
No, yeah, bench.
There's the sideline warning. It's 43-6. He either stepped on somebody or somebody was chirping. Straight back to pass is Young over the middle, has a man. That is Harris. Well thrown ball. I'm not too sure why we haven't seen more of this quarterback. 26, Orlando Diggs was on the coverage and made the tackle. Tommy Collins Jr. out there now at safety, I see. There's a whistle and a clock stop for somebody's a little wobbly. And it's going to be Harris that's going to be sent out. He's got a little hitch in his get-along, number 1. Clean shirt coming in at wide receiver is number 3, Nico Cooper. 1st and 10, Shaw from the 40 of Lorain. There's another on the slant. Complete, that's Hildreth. He's down inside the 25. First going to be first down yardage.
I thought about reading some of Shaw's previous write-ups that I seen Young's name in there.
Right.
So maybe he was their starter earlier, and there was a problem first half where he didn't come in the first half early.
He's a senior, yeah. I don't know. I mean, that was the name that I mentioned to you as I had done the same thing. 24-yard line, 1st and 10 will be under 5 minutes here before this play gets off, before they get to the line. Shotgun formation. Young, 5'10", 175-pound senior. Trips to the near side. Snap back, throw. There's the slant again. Too tall for the intended receiver. That looked like Brandon Sturgill out there, number 12, making a play on the ball.
Another 10th grader?
Another 10th grader. Coaches were raving about him and his natural instinct at outside linebacker. Here comes Shaw again, 3 to the near side for Young. Been almost strictly through the air this half. There's another one on the slant. Had a man with too much cushion, going to be in the end zone. And that's number 8, Christian Pitts, on a 24-yard pass. So this becomes maybe an important conversion, Tom, at least in time, in terms of when we get out of here.
2-pointer will take it back to only 29.
So Shaw will go for 2. 43-12, I guess. They've got some confusion over there. 3 to the left side. Young going to throw it to the far side. It's the fade. Batted down.
There was no interference.
No interference. Diggs had good coverage and the receiver slipped. So we'll stay at 43-12. And
4 minutes to go. Lorain will probably only get a chance to run one series.
Well, with 4 minutes to go, the clock will run, and we'll see some of the young guys, I think. I see 77, and that's one of the freshmen. I think that's Gabe Larsosa.
Yeah, not even on the program?
No.
Yeah.
They've got 2 freshman tackles that they're really, really high on. Larsosa and Larson.
I heard him talking about the freshmen beat St. Ed's a day or two ago, 26-0, and they rave about some of the specialties on the 9th grader, but they're also talking about how good their line is.
Right.
So you got some young kids coming up that can play line.
And they're fun to watch. So Mincy is out to the near side. That might be Kevin Davis to the far side. They had trouble. When they turn sideways, it's hard to see the numbers. Wind the clock. The kick is away. The kick is taken straight ahead up the field, out near the 40 and across the 40.
Looks like might be an injured Cardinal on a...
I guess we're going to give that to Hawthorne. And one of the Cardinals down at the 36-yard line. So they'll keep the offense on the sidelines now. The clock stopped for the injury.
I see the camera people have one of the Titans on the...
Well, it was Spirit Week at Lorain High, and one of the sophomores showed up to school in full Titan regalia. And there you see her on the sidelines in the stands as a good time is had by all at homecoming when you're winning.
Yes,
always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And, Tom, we talked last week about when the last time a Lorain team was 3-1. Well, now
that was
we're 4-1.
Yeah. They talked about the Admiral King team of 2007.
It would have been Mark Campo's 7-3 team, but I don't know.
Team.
I don't know what how they started out, or because they played some tough opening threes back then.
84, 9-0 start.
Yeah.
Bohannon is still the quarterback. Hawthorne to the near side, it looks like. McGuigan got 4 or 5. Nice drive by the backups up front. Sam McGuigan finishes a run at the 45 for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. And the clock will wind at no hurry for Lorain. Jalen Sanford in with a play. He's going to go out far side. They're still not huddling.
No.
That was 36 Robert Davis that came off. Bohannon, Hawthorne, 2. Nice form tackle there.
By a nice linebacker play.
That was a good fill right there by 33 DR Jacobs.
So I thought he had a lot more than the few yards that he ended up getting.
And you talk about form. He got his pads low. That's 5'7", 135 that's hitting him. So, that's just doing things the right way. Nice catch by Bohannon. He's trying to get outside. He's not going to do it. He's going to lose yards as thrown down by the jersey for a loss of about 7 or 8. And with 2:20 to go, let's see what the Titans elect to do on 4th and 11.
My guess is they're going to throw deep because they didn't bring a punter in.
No, they didn't.
They have 11 yards
Eddie Williamson's over on the sidelines in a watch cap, so I don't think he's coming in. He's sitting on the back of the bench. He's the punter. Now they break the backfield. 2 to the near side. That's Sims in the slot, I believe. Greenfield out 30 yards to this side. Bohannon looks to go long. Not so much on the pass protection, and he's going to be sacked, and they're going to turn it over on downs at the 25 with 1:45 to go.
That was the defense you mentioned earlier.
Right.
Too many rushers for you to block.
Clock stopped for the exchange of possession. Officials spot the ball as soon as the box man's in play. They're going to mark it ready to go. And here we go. 1:45 to go. Shaw 1st and 10 on the Lorain 25, taking over on downs. The outcome's not in doubt, just the final score. And whether or not we stop the clock
anymore. For the last 27 seconds, like last week.
43-12. Lorain's not going to meet the 50 mark like they did the last 2 weeks, but the result is going to be another positive one, and they go for the big one next week at the Bedford Bearcats. Mr. Bach, are we going to Bedford next week?
Oh, yes, I was going to tell you. Yes, we are. We'll go.
Channel 20 will be there. And we're going to make the drive out 480 and go to Bedford and see what we can do with those nasty Bearcats on the nice turf field out there.
Beautiful stadium.
One of the really fine stadiums in Northeast Ohio. I mean, and they have been that way for a long, long time.
I think a Lorainite, Sherm Meshach,
Meshach's the superintendent out there. Childhood friend of mine.
Coach in the Lorain system years ago.
Give straight ahead. Shaw not interested in the clock stopping anymore either. Nowhere to go there. 41 Pardon. 54 Mayer were there. So as we'll go under a minute, Shaw with the pistol formation. Now 3 receivers near side. There's a turn. He's going to keep it on the boot. Going to get outside. Young does. Hit. Driven out of bounds. But that'll keep the clock rolling. Good contain again by the defensive end. It's a backup over there. I can't see who it is. Angel Casano, 52 in now. 29 coming out, and I don't have a number. Apologies to him and his family. Under 20 seconds to go. This will be the last play of the ball game, unless something goofy happens. Motion. It's the jet sweep. It's going to go nowhere. Stopped in the middle of the field. And the teams have agreed that that's enough. The clock is at zeros. And this one belongs to the Titans. 43 Lorain, 12 Shaw, 4-1 on the season. 1-0 in Lake Erie League play. And this young group of Titans playing for their third head coach in 3 years. Dave McFarland, Bill Grooms, and the guys have done an amazing job coaching these guys up. I don't think you can be too positive for the work they have done. Here's the way tonight started out as Mr. Bauer heads to the field and hopes to get a coach for a few words. In the first quarter, Lorain took the ball first and moved on down the field. It was Rashad Berry on an 11-yard pass from Eddie Williamson, 6-0, and the conversion failed. With 4:18 to go, the second time Lorain got the ball, Williamson on a 3-yard keeper made it 12-0. That's the way the first quarter ended. Lorain had the ball on the march in the second quarter, but turned it over on a fumble at the 12-yard line. The defense got in the act. There was a penalty, there was a loss, and on third down, Rashad Berry broke through on the attempted pass, grabbed the quarterback, tossed him to the ground. As he went to the ground, he tried to pass it. The call was intentional grounding in the end zone. It was a safety and 14-0. Shaw put the ball in play from the 20 on the kick. Lorain returned it to the 39-yard line. And on as pretty a 39-yard run as you'll see, Carlos Chavis broke 3 or 4 tackles off the left side of his line and went into the end zone for the touchdown. Picked up the conversion on a run by Mincy, and it was 22-0. With 3:01 to go then in the quarter, Eddie Williamson again got on the board on a quarter get back keep, 5 yards. He added the conversion on a similar play, and we went to halftime 30-0, which meant that we would start the second half with a running clock. We got down and kicked off. Shaw got the ball to open the third quarter, and they drove the length of the field and got in the end zone on a 21-yard pass, and it was 30-6, so we played regular football. The clock stopped, except Lorain got the ball back and marched down the field, and Sherm Saunders got in from 2 yards. The conversion was no good, but it was 36-6, and again we would play running clock. That was the end of the third quarter. In a running time situation, Lorain got the ball, and it was Dontravis Hawthorne with his first touchdown of the year from 2 yards out. The kick was good from Gonzalez, and it was 43-6. And then wrapping up the scoring with 4:05 to go, Shaw got another one on a 24-yard pass to Pitts, their big receiver. 43-12. The conversion for 2 was no good. And Lorain, that's how it ended. Lorain on top, 43-12. I see Coach Bauer down on the field looking to grab an assistant coach to talk to. So, while we give him a minute, we'll again remind you that, tomorrow Channel 20 will be at the high school for a volleyball tri-meet. It's Lorain High, Clearview, and Vermilion. That will be on Channel 20 airing next week, but I see right now Coach Bauer has tried to grab somebody. Well, we have a minute. I'd again like to take the time to thank Applebee's on Route 58 in Lorain and Scorchers on Broadway in Lorain for the fabulous spread that they provide for us up here in the press box. It's one of the spoils of victory, I guess, that we get to get here and eat. I mean, we have to get here far enough that we don't get the chance to eat at home with the families, but it sure does make it a little nice to be able to come here. And so I see Tom Bauer down there now. They're giving him some direction. Has he got anybody he's going to talk to? I think he's got Coach Eddie Hall. Maybe he can talk about some of the line play that Lorain's been getting. That's Caitlin Tillman on the camera down there. I can see that as they try to get set. Eddie Williamson talking to some reporters. Eddie's been done for about 45 minutes. He might have had a walking taco while he was waiting. We can take it down. There's Tom Bauer and Coach Eddie Hall.
12 running clock kind of game. Eddie, talk a lot about all the we don't get a chance to mention everyone you can see. You're the line coach. What do you say about that offensive line that has to be doing something to get all those specialties, the yards and the things that they do? What do you think about them?
We have a lot of high character offensive line kids, and you know what? Josh Fenn really anchors us. He's been working hard. These guys just come to work every day. I have a guard, Nelson LeBoy, who doesn't get enough credit. He's undersized. He's been smaller than every tackle we've played this year, and he just plays. He just plays hard. Sly's a sophomore. He plays our tackle. He just does what he has to do. He knows when he has to get better, and he just works at it. And I've got Mayer, a kid who didn't start till this year. He works hard, and Roger, who's just been a brawler in there, a true heart for this offensive line.
Center, no bad snaps. I think all the games I've seen so far, no bad snaps. Has to be a benefit to an offense to run successfully without the bad snaps. How about that center?
You can't run this kind of offense without a center being able to do that. Goes in a lot of work. And if you went to see some of the scrimmages, he still had some stuff to work on. But he knew when it was time to go and it became game time. He wanted his senior year to be special, and he knew he had to be a big part of that.
Well, I'll tell you what. So, young kids on the line and young kids coming up. It looks like Lorain has a bright future offensive lineman-wise. I heard people talking about those 9th graders, that they got some big boys down there, too.
I could not be more excited than we have a couple 9th graders. Larson and Larsosa, actually. I have 2 huge tackles who will call me every Sunday asking me to go to the weight room. Like, I'm trying to game plan and whatnot, and these 2 freshmen want to go to the weight room. They are going to be something special. I can't wait to have them.
Well, Eddie, next week's Bedford week.
Yes.
And all the big games are coming up. So I wish you well. I'd like to see this kind of score on the board.
Yeah, it feels
congratulations, Coach, and tell your kids we all said congratulations to them,
I
too.
will. Thank you.
Guys.
I appreciate it.
It's Tom Bauer. And in this thing from Lorain, George Daniel Field. Thank you.
So, final thoughts here from George Daniel on the homecoming win. It's a beautiful night. Let's take a moment again to congratulate 2015 homecoming queen Alyssa Pierce and King Orlando Borges. Homecoming festivities will conclude tomorrow with the dance. And for Channel 20, the beat goes on. We'll be at the high school tomorrow for volleyball. We're going to travel to Bedford next week for the showdown. The Bedford Bearcats and the Lorain Titans for first place in the LEL and a bucket load of computer points. Lorain was 17th in Region 1 going in. The top 16 in Division 1 make the playoffs. So we'll see how that goes. But we got a lot of people to thank here. For Bill Provident for keeping the stats, for my partner Tom Bauer, for Joe Bach, for all twirling all the dials, for Terry Trout for his organization and his video club. This is Jay Ferguson wishing you all a good night, everybody.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.